full hour of Family Feud this morning at 8 on Fox 14.
You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, Jasper County election officials are gearing up for their April elections with some new counting equipment.
Plus, Newton County dedicates its newest watercraft to a Joplin girl.
And we've got ourselves a pretty decent day out there, but we do have some isolated shower chances. We're going to have a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner. It is just after 7 on this Wednesday morning, so it turns out my vision was a little bad. If you got the end of our KOAM show, get over here.
Get over here.
He won't do, come
on,
here.
You know you want to.
All right, so it turns out this is not Robert Downey Jr. This is Anthony Saviolo, but he is in the upcoming production of Biloxi Blues.
And may or may not have claimed to be as good as Robert Downey Jr. I don't know. You'll have to go see the show and find out.
I never made any claim whatsoever.
I'm sure.
Hey,
okay.
now,
well,
okay.
For you folks at home, now I'm serious. We got a message some time ago.
Yes.
And it seemed like us people on air don't like each other.
Okay.
And I want you to know, it is far from the truth. We love each other here, and that's what we have so much in this business. You really got to have some fun with each other because it deal with some serious stuff. And something else that's relatively serious coming up, the April election and getting ready for that.
Yes. Well, Jasper County, Missouri is gearing up for that April 2nd election.
The county performed the public test of their voting equipment yesterday, which was overseen by a bipartisan team.
KOAM's Fernanda Silva has the details.
The beeping sound was heard hundreds of times at the Jasper County Courthouse. All of that to ensure the 58 recently purchased voting tabulators are ready for the upcoming Missouri election day.
One of the most important things that we can do in the election office is to make sure that people trust the equipment, trust the machines, trust the process that we use to run the election every election cycle.
According to the county clerk, the testing is also important to verify if the count is accurate.
I think the vast majority of the people understand and trust our election system, trust the machines, trust the process, but there are a few people that have questions.
I'm just suspicious of anything that's computerized.
To address the concern, 72 pre-filed sample ballots were fed through the machine. The testing was done 3 times to ensure the electronic results matched the hand counts made prior to the testing.
We can assure people that they can rest easy that the election results are going to be accurate.
I always feel good when I see this process being carried out from beginning to end, and I see that our elections are done fairly.
According to Jasper County Deputy Clerk, the brand new machines will also promote a quicker procedure for voters on election day.
We have noticed that before, when people would be out there casting a ballot, it would take around 10 to 15 seconds perhaps to read a ballot. This machine is a lot faster. It takes around 3 seconds to read the ballot. So it'll keep the lines moving. It'd be wonderful for all the voters out there.
In Carthage, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Well, yesterday was also the first day for the no excuse absentee voting period in Missouri.
And for more election resources, you can head over to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com/elections. And of course, that April election, pretty big deal. Lots of things going on.
Yes.
There's council. There's some other propositions in the area. There are school board elections coming up. So make sure you get out and vote.
Absolutely. Yes.
You've got to exercise that right. And hopefully the weather on election day is as nice as it's going to be today. Take a look at this. This is the our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. We've got clear skies, a nice start to the day, and a little warmer than where we've been the last couple of days. MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line, also looking pretty good out there as well as folks get their day underway. Sitting at 50 in Joplin, 45 in Pittsburgh. That gap again earlier this morning was about 10 to 12 degrees, and that's thanks to a little weak boundary. And it's not as visible now as temperatures begin to warm, but it's right about where we expected it to be, from I-44 in Missouri and then along the Kansas-Oklahoma line out to the west. And that's going to be the catalyst for a couple of isolated showers, maybe a thunder shower later today, right around and south of that boundary. So no severe weather. In fact, it's going to be extraordinarily isolated, but There will be at least a couple of showers out there today. So ahead of that, though, most of us upper 60s, maybe even some low 70s, especially if you're south of that boundary where it could be a little warmer out there. We'll start to go partly cloudy by this afternoon, partly cloudy through the evening, and then say after about 4 or 5 o'clock, so we're going to have that opportunity for a few isolated showers or thunder showers. We do have more rain chances on the way for our Thursday. We're going to talk about that, plus how the weekend is shaping up in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, President Biden and former President Donald Trump acquire even more delegates as they're declared the winners of the presidential primaries in Kansas. They had already clinched their bids for the nominations on Super Tuesday earlier this month. Officials say that's part of the reason why fewer than 100,000 voters in the state hit the polls by mid-afternoon. Another reason is the unusual election date for the state. And it wasn't just the Sunflower State voting yesterday. Mr. Biden and Mr. Trump have also been declared the winners in Illinois, Ohio, and Florida. And the Sunshine State, Biden supporters didn't even have to go to the polls as Florida Democrats canceled their party's primary and awarded President Biden their delegates. The prospective nominees are also expected to sweep Arizona. Newton County, Missouri releases the results of a broadband feasibility study to improve connectivity. The primary purpose of this study was to identify homes and businesses without sufficient internet connectivity and understand which areas may be eligible for federal broadband grant funding. Officials also plan to use this study to calculate the cost to implement a broadband solution in Newton County. We've provided a link on our website, KYMNewsNow.com, to see the results of the full study. The Newton County Sheriff's Department yesterday unveiled its new water rescue boat. It's for a new facet of the Sheriff's Department, the first ever water rescue team. The annual equipment fund paid for the boat, and a private donation covered the cost of the all gear for the 6 deputies on the team. The boat is dedicated to the memory of Brooke Robinson, a Joplin 7th grader who died on Shoal Creek in 2017.
Family of the victim, Brooke Robinson, was gracious enough to allow us to dedicate the boat to her memory. After all, her incident is what got us thinking about this boat and doing this. And sheriff's departments usually aren't a lot of involved in water rescue efforts, but I don't like sitting on the sidelines.
Brooke's family was on hand to see the boat for the first time. And those are our top stories this half hour. Coming up next, we'll hear from a few cast members from the Pittsburgh Community Theater's production of Biloxi Blues. And later, we'll hear how a group of students are gaining national attention. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Welcome to Miss Daisy's, where style meets comfort. To your space, come shop with us at Miss Daisy's Home and Decor and give your home the makeover it deserves.
Alrighty. Well, we ran a story Monday from our very own Anthony Saviello on a behind-the-scenes look at the Pittsburgh Community Theater's production of Biloxi Blues. This morning, we have the opportunity to hear more from cast members and Dallas Cox and Tony Sanchez. Good morning to you both. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning, Elise.
And so the opening weekend is tonight, and the weekend is ahead. So can you just talk to me a little bit about the excitement that you're feeling just to open the show?
Right, so we've been working really hard on Biloxi Blues, which is a show set in Biloxi, Mississippi, where these young men go to basic training. And so we're super excited to present this World War II comedy, so that the public can come and see it. So.
Absolutely, it sounds wonderful. Can you talk to me a little bit about the roles that you two are specifically playing?
Okay, so I play Sergeant Merwin J. Toomey, and I am the drill sergeant, so I have to be really hard on these guys.
Okay.
I play Arnold Epstein, and he's a recruit from New York, and he comes from a Jewish background, so I have to do a New York Jewish voice, and it's
wow, that's really good.
I lost Seinfeld, you get Bill A. David.
Can you talk to me a little bit about how you prepared for your roles, especially doing different accents and things like that, and getting into the role of a drill sergeant?
So I watched the movie An Officer and a Gentleman, where there's a really hard-edged drill sergeant in that movie, and so I tried to just kind of emulate him, and then talked with my brother who's been through through basic training. So, and my wife, she's
Oh,
also been through basic training.
Okay, yeah,
So,
a lot of sources to grab from.
So I just kind of like to learn stuff, funny accents like that, and so I walked into the audition and they're like, so you're going to read for this role, and it was the Epstein role, and they're like, he's a New York Jew, so I just pulled out, it's like, oh, you mean like this, and he's like the foist and all that.
Well, that's awesome. Then can you talk to me just about when and where people can come and see the show?
okay, so the show starts Friday evening at 7:30, and then on Saturday we have a 2 o'clock performance, and then again Saturday evening at 7:30, and then a Sunday matinee at 2. And this is all at Pittsburgh's Memorial Auditorium. So please come out and support this great show. It's our season to honor veterans, and so we're super excited to present this one.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both so much for being here today just to share just a little bit about the production. I know it's going to be great, and I'm excited to go see it. I'm going to try to come down. So remember that you can catch their performance of Biloxi Blues from March 22nd to the 24th. We'll be right back.
This is Scott with Windows for Less. With springtime in mind, so is spring. It's a call today to schedule your free at-home estimate. If you want the best for less, call Windows for Less.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is 7:15 on this Wednesday morning, taking a live look from our camera on the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. I am counting one cloud, perhaps two, and they're very small. It is otherwise a very great start to the day. MoDOT camera, 28th and range line. Everybody suddenly made it to work. That's interesting. Okay. And from the KDOT camera on 69 south of Pittsburgh, also looking pretty good out there as well as we get this day underway halfway through the work week. We have a weak little boundary. I want to back up. It is almost right along this zone, and it's been hanging out there through the morning, and it's going to be roughly in that zone as we go through today. And as we head into the afternoon and mainly the evening hours, we could see a stray shower or thunder shower pop up along this boundary. Now, we're not anticipating any strong or severe storms. You may just get rain. You may not even hear any thunder, but it is a possibility right along and south of that boundary as we head into the evening. It's going to be very isolated. It will not be until Thursday that we're going to see better chances for some showers, but even then, these, as you can see, are going to be scattered. It's not an all-day rain event, and look in between some of these showers, there could be periods of sunshine, and you're looking off to the west and see a few more showers out there, and there could be a couple of rumbles of thunder with these as well. Now, the only difference is these shower and thunder shower chances begin early morning, and they will actually continue to stick around all the way into the evening hours out there, but they're also going to be quite scattered, so not everybody's going to get rain, and for the most part, they're expected to stay along and to the south of the Highway 54 corridor. Then we'll clear out briefly on Friday. We could see a couple of isolated showers Friday evening as well, primarily into southeastern Kansas. 50 in Joplin right now. South breeze is at 14. A beautiful sunrise out there. I love those colors. Looks fantastic. Earlier, you could almost see the boundary on the temperature map. You can still kind of make out roughly where it's kind of sitting out there. To the north, a wee bit cooler. 36 in Stockton is the cold spot. Otherwise, low to mid 40s. And you head south of that boundary, it's a few more upper 40s and some low 50s out there this morning. We get our morning underway. A little cool to start. Sunny skies. South-southwest breeze at about 5 to 10 miles an hour, so much more manageable. 62 by 11. By this afternoon, that wind expected to shift out of the northeast, but should remain about 5 to 10 miles an hour, so should be pretty decent out there. And we'll see some partly cloudy skies by the afternoon along that boundary, and we're going to make highs upper 60s. If you're south of that boundary or right near it, you may go into the low 70s today. So again, it's not going to be huge temperature differences by any means, but maybe a little warmer to the south of that boundary. Then we'll be partly cloudy with a few of those isolated showers or thunder showers through the evening and overnight. We'll fall back into the mid-40s for our lows tonight. Heading into our Thursday, mid-60s tomorrow and Friday. Scattered showers, maybe a thunder shower. A couple of showers possible Friday afternoon, again, mainly in southeast Kansas. A little cooler into the weekend, mid-upper 50s. We'll have some showers Sunday. Then we're watching a system with some thunderstorm chances on Monday. We'll be in the mid-60s, and that system kicks us down into the upper 40s for Tuesday. As we head into the rest of the week, though, we do warm back up, and then we have another system with showers and storms as we head into Easter weekend. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
This is
again.
Thank you.
Well, 5 groups of students from Arcata High School received national recognition this week for the documentaries they created in a C-SPAN network competition.
As reporter Lauren Brenner shows us, the documentaries span a variety of deep topics.
For the first time in the school's history of entering, several Arcata High School seniors placed in C-SPAN's national documentary competition, Student Cam.
So as part of the AP government curriculum, students have to submit an action project.
Arcata High School has been participating in C-SPAN's video contest for several years.
So students have been working on this assignment all semester from start of the year to January when they submitted it. And we found out this week on Wednesday that a number of them won.
This is the first year that any local students have placed in this nationwide competition. 3 groups of students earned honorable mentions for their documentaries, and 1 group of students won 3rd place overall.
We did our project for the C-SPAN Student Cam documentary competition, and it was about gun violence in America. Basically, we kind of talked briefly about increased background checks, basically bringing some of the legislation that we have here in California like further across the country, pretty much is like the idea.
They also interviewed David Hogg, survivor of the Parkland High School shooting. 17 students and staff were killed in that 2018 shooting. From gun violence to defending the right to love, the student groups covered a wide range of topics.
Our project was on the legalization of same-sex marriage in the United States, especially with Obergefell v. Hodges. Jim Obergefell and his husband, John Arthur, were not allowed, he was not allowed to be at his end-of-life care in hospice because his marriage was not recognized in the state of Ohio. And so his partner did pass away during the process, but they stuck around, and it was not just Jim and Arthur and John, but it was a bunch of other plaintiffs also involved in the case.
Well, we had to ask a lot of people for interviews and wait for them to respond, and then it took a while to edit the video too.
Another group's project focused on agricultural subsidies.
So we interviewed several farmers, a dairy farmer, an organic farmer, and then soybean and corn farmer in Iowa. Overall, it came out pretty well. It was better than expected, I would say.
The students also focused on issues close to home.
Our project was called Stolen Lives, and it was on missing and murdered Indigenous women. I'm Native American locally, and so I've firsthand seen the effect of this issue on Native communities, both mine and others, here and around the country. And so I just thought it would be good to address the issue and see how we could kind of help heal communities and fix the issue in coming years.
The students learned far more than just how to shoot and edit video.
I just really enjoyed meeting all of these new people that I had never met before, and learning about their stories and stuff like that. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, Mr. Pinkerton says the class is also planning a celebration to honor the hard work and awards that they earned for their documentaries. An impressive honor.
Impressive, and such great to see such talent from young students like that. I can't wait to see where they end up. Who knows?
Sure they'll probably end up on C-SPAN, or even better, maybe.
Even better.
All right, watch them on Discovery Channel.
Yes, absolutely. Well, coming up, KOAM's Amber Jenkins shares a new proposal that's set to help improve sections of I-44.
And we've got a pretty decent start to the day. A couple of extra clouds out there. We're going to take a look at your forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns.
University.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:28. I'm Elise Snowy. The McDonald County, Missouri School District announces it will move to a 4-day school week next school year. The district's Board of Education voted on the move last night. They say it stems from a critical shortage of qualified teachers in the district schools, which they blame on higher salaries in Arkansas. The Department of Commerce has accepted Kansas's Digital Equity Plan. The Digital Equity Act is part of the Internet for All initiative, which grants funds to ensure that all people and communities have the skills, technology, and capacity needed to reap the full benefits of the digital economy. Kansas will use almost $700,000 from the grant program to address disparities in digital access, skills, and affordability across the state. The Kansas Technology Center at Pitt State yesterday received a brand new tractor. The tractor, a donation from Kelly Burgess, will be used for students in the automotive tech program to learn about fluid power, advanced hydraulics, and diesel fundamentals. Case New Holland, the company that made the tractor, also recruits Pitt State students for internships and graduates for full-time positions.
Case New Holland, right from the manufacturing facility in Grand Island, Nebraska. And we've had a number of us got together and about the best way to donate the unit. And we looked at the quality of candidates that come out of Pitt State that come to work for us. And we thought it was a good reciprocal action to give the Windrower and the Speedrower to PSU. We've been very happy with the quality of candidates and interns that we get it.
Burgess himself is a Pitt State alumnus. The city of Joplin will hold a paper shredding event on April 6th from 9 to 11 a.m. Joplin residents can come out to the Joplin Recycling Center on 1310 West A Street and have large amounts of paper shredded at no cost. Go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, for more information, including amount restrictions and items that cannot be shredded. Well, some people in Parsons, Kansas are waking up with toilets in their yard. It's part of a fundraiser for the Parsons High School after prom event dubbed Project Prom. For $20, you can have a toilet placed in someone's yard. If it's in your yard, however, you can pay $20 to have it moved to someone else's yard.
Humbled by the support of the community here in Parsons. We've even had some people outside of the community, old high school members that have graduated, that have reached out to offer to help as well. So we're hoping to keep this going in the future. The plan is to build a solid foundation and hopefully within the years to come be able to hand it off to the next generation to move forward with great project proms.
They have raised $1,700 off the prom pooper alone.
We've got ourselves a few clouds in the sky this morning, and you can see them increasing a bit here as the sun continues to rise over downtown Joplin. Of course, our camera on the Cornell complex giving us this great view. And we're expecting some partly cloudy skies as we head through today with the possibility of an isolated shower or thunder shower this afternoon, but this will be very isolated. We won't get better rain chances until tomorrow. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline also looking pretty good so far this morning. We're sitting at 50 in Joplin, 45 in Pittsburgh right now, but we have mostly clear skies out there. A weak little boundary almost right through this zone, so points north of it still a little cooler, low to mid 40s, and if you're south of it, we're upper 40s and into the low 50s. All of us, though, going to do some warming today. We're looking at highs averaging into the upper 60s out there, partly cloudy by this afternoon, and after about 4 or 5 o'clock along that same boundary, an isolated shower or thunder shower will be possible. Most of us will remain dry, but that possibility does exist. And if you're south of that boundary, you might get a little warmer into the low 70s out there. As I mentioned, though, we do have some better rain chances as we head into our Thursday. We'll take a look at that and how our weekend is shaping up in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, some big improvements could be coming to parts of Interstate 44 in Missouri if some state lawmakers get their wish. The Missouri House Budget Chairman is proposing a $291 million project to rebuild portions of I-44. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
That is a particular area of need. Obviously, the Joplin I-49-44 interchange is one of the busiest in the country, and so well needed there.
Phase 1 of Forward 44 was replacing bridges on I-44. Now, representatives are proposing 4 more phases of the Forward 44 project to widen the interstate to 6 lanes, establish new interchanges at Junction I-49, I-44, and improve infrastructure on rural roads. Representatives like Cody Smith are hopeful the Missouri Senate and Governor will approve the $291 million of funding for the next 4 phases of the project in Jasper County.
But I feel confident that given our history The Missouri Senate also likes these types of investments, and Governor Parson, this has been part of his platform.
Having those two major interchanges upgraded and having the capacity expansion in between, we think is really a well-targeted plan to hit the primary issues that are experienced by the local community while they're trying to get around, while freight is trying to move through the area itself. So
the representative said truckers will mainly benefit from the Forward 44 project. However, the owner of Ballard's RV Park, located just south of the I-44-I-49 junction, believes improvement to interstate access will benefit them as well.
I recommend to customers that are coming here to be careful, watch yourself at this intersection or at this junction. It's dangerous, especially for senior citizens. It's something that you have to go slow to make the ramp, and then you're on an interstate with semis coming at you at 80, 85 miles an hour without the time to speed up, so it's definitely dangerous.
Ogden says he hopes Project Forward 44 will get the funding it needs and representatives will start looking to improve other busy roads.
I mean, you can see the traffic out here. It's semis all day long.
Yeah, the semi just passed.
Yeah, and they're driving towards Neosho, so I think that needs to be recognized as a 4-lane highway.
Reporting in Jasper County, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Forward 44 is proposing projects spanning from St. Louis to the Oklahoma state line. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. We'll hear how a Girl Scout in Arizona delivered over 2,000 boxes of cookies to one organization.
Feels good to be home. Ashley's Anniversaries, or get a king mattress for the price of a queen on select mattresses. Shop your local Ashley store today.
In Consumer Watch this morning, President Biden's administration is planning to ease restrictions on vehicle emissions. The administration is expected to relax its proposed tailpipe limits for 3 years, as electric vehicle sales have not met expectations. After the 3-year period, the standard will be equal to those set by the Environmental Protection Agency. The EPA standard is expected to reduce carbon dioxide emissions by 56% within the next 8 years. The Federal Trade Commission is cautioning Americans about scammers posing as its employees to try to steal money. The FTC emphasizes that it will never instruct consumers to move their money to protect it. The agency says it will never send people to a Bitcoin ATM, tell them to buy gold bars, or demand cash withdrawals. The FTC currently finalized a rule which enables the agency to use stronger tools to combat the scam and return lost money to consumers. JetBlue is cutting its service to some destinations in the U.S. and overseas. Beginning in June, JetBlue will exit Kansas City, Missouri, and reduce flights from Los Angeles International Airport. The airline says it will start prioritizing better performing routes with fewer aircrafts, as some of its planes will be grounded for inspections. Other routes are also expected to be limited to seasonal offerings. A new bill proposed in the state of New York could double the buyback price of recyclable cans and bottles, making it the first raise in decades. Fox's Kendall Green catches up with one resident who makes canning her side hustle for extra cash to see how the bill would help.
On any day, you can spot canners across the city lugging plastic bags full of cans and bottles. Chances are every week they're making their way to redemption centers like these to meet Midori, who usually cashes the canners out.
Some people do this for a living, other people just do it because they want to buy something nice with it.
My oldest son is 20, so it's 20 years that we have been collecting.
Midori hands cash over to moms like Edith Hernandez, who's had 3 more children since she started collecting cans as a side hustle.
It can help, yeah, especially when I have 3 of them in college, 1 in high school right now, and hopefully he's going to college too.
A study found earnings on average for canners make up 1/3 of the state's minimum wage. So a bottle bill sponsored by State Senator Rachel May expands the items on the intake list, adding wine and liquor to the products on the list. But most importantly, it doubles the payout from 5 cents per item collected to 10 cents. the first raise in 40 years. Now, many may not understand the significance of an extra 5 cents per can, but for Miss Edith here, it's extra pad, extra means to give to her kids that are in school, in college, for transportation, for books. Every cent counts.
It will be a lot because whatever it comes out here, I have to give my daughter for transportation so she can go to college. She grabs the subway.
But opponents of the bill say it creates a burden on liquor store owners, requiring them to hold on to a larger volume of bottles before they're picked up.
We're not built for this. We never were. We don't have the extra space. You know how expensive New York is. You know how expensive it is to do business.
Most recent estimates count between 4,000 and 8,000 canners across the state. Edith, though, is hopeful the bill gets passed and enacted by 2026 to earn more. That'll cut into the nearly $3 each way it takes for her kids to pursue a better life for themselves.
Some people say, oh, it's only $3. How many cans I have to pick up for $3?
Kendall Green, Fox 5 News.
Those are our top Consumer Watch stories this morning. Now let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Find amazing deals store-wide during the wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row. Every sofa.
Shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is 7:44 on this Wednesday morning. Taking a live look. This is our camera, Cornell Complex. We just got this little streak of clouds that's developed. I probably should have time-lapsed that. It was like 3 clouds, and now it's a whole little thing out there. We'll see a few additional clouds here and there as we go through the day because we could see an isolated shower or two out there. All right, MoDOT camera 20th and range line, looking back to the north, looking pretty good out there. Same from the KDOT camera on 69 south of Pittsburgh. Plentiful sunshine out there. Folks getting their day underway. We are halfway to Friday, and this week seems to be going a lot better than last week did. So here's this boundary. It's going to be right along I-44 and the the Kansas-Oklahoma line. It's going to be right about there or maybe just a wee bit south of that. And as we head into the evening hours, we could get a couple of stray showers or maybe a thunder shower out there that'll develop along and south of this boundary. And this boundary also makes it this much cooler to the north side. We'll be into the upper 60s. And if you're south of that boundary, as you can see, we could make it into the low 70s. However, any showers we see tonight and through the evening, as you can see here, going to be extraordinarily isolated. We're not expecting much this evening. However, as we head into our Thursday, we're going to see more showers out there. Now, these are going to be scattered, so we're not talking a bunch of rain by any means, but we'll have some scattered showers, and they'll stick with us. The chances for the showers on our Thursday will stick with us virtually all day. They're going to be primarily along into the south of the Highway 54 corridor, and we could see couple of thunder showers, but again, no strong or severe storms out there. However, some rain. We're going to get a little bit of it as we go through the evening. That'll start to break up overnight, and we'll clear out to start our Friday, and then we could see a couple of additional isolated showers by the afternoon into southeastern Kansas. Our camera 7th and range line also showing that little streak of clouds. It's almost as if it's coming right out of the sun. It is 50 in Joplin right now, south breeze at 14, and later this afternoon that breeze will shift out of the northeast, but it'll still be in that 5 to 10 mile an hour range, so not like yesterday at all. The temperature map gives you an idea as to where that boundary is, so up north a little cooler, low 40s, and as you get along and south of that boundary you start to go into the mid upper 40s and even some low 50s. Sunny skies to start the day, 62 by 11 o'clock this morning. As we head into the afternoon, looking fantastic. Again, a few clouds here and there. Otherwise, upper 60s for most of us. But again, if you're south of that boundary, could make the low 70s out there. So a beautiful second day of spring. And as we head into the evening, partly cloudy skies. And then again, a couple of stray showers or thunder showers out there. And we'll fall back into the mid 40s. And we got those better shower chances for our Thursday, 64. Mid 60s again on Friday. We're a little cooler into the weekend, mid upper 50s with some showers on Sunday. Sunday. And then we're watching some thunderstorm chances on Monday. And we'll be in the mid-60s, and this system will cool us off upper 40s on Tuesday. But worry not, once again, we warm right back up in the second half of next week. We're watching another system with some shower and thunderstorm chances as we head into the Easter weekend. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
When a rookie stunt driver meets the trainer who thought he'd see
better time. The 4 states' only local primetime newscast is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Simply more convenient.
Well, a special delivery in Phoenix, Arizona, nearly 2,000 boxes of Girl Scout cookies.
But the cookies are not just going anywhere, they are being donated to those in need. Fox's Irene Snyder has more.
Thin Mints, Tagalongs, those lemon ones.
Boxes and boxes full, nearly 2,000 of them. 8-year-old Ava Riley was ecstatic to get in this Girl Scout cookie order.
I was really surprised, excited.
But rest assured, these cookies aren't for one person. They're going to feed thousands of people at St. Vincent de Paul.
In a way, kind of the middleman between a generous community and those that need some help. And we're always grateful for that.
The cookies purchased and donated by a group of small business owners. They started out just 10 years ago, donating just a few boxes. Now it's grown to this.
This is just the perfect sign of all you got to do is put a little bit together with a few people, and all of a sudden it becomes a lot.
The local Girl Scout cookies are transported every year by Dirk's Moving. This is the last batch of cookies they have to deliver this season.
It's a crazy, chaotic place because we have like over 1 million cases of Girl Scout cookies in our warehouse. So it fills up over like 6 weeks. So by the end, it's like bursting at the seams.
As for Ava, she does get some prizes for selling this large amount of cookies.
I'm getting a whole bunch of prizes because I sold 2,000 boxes. I'm getting a celebration at Build-A-Bear.
But the most important thing for her is helping to make other people happy.
I think that's going to make them really happy, and it makes me really happy.
Irene Snyder, Fox 10 News.
That's absolutely great to see. And who doesn't love Girl Scout cookies?
I think everybody does, and it's great that they're going to help those in need.
Absolutely.
Well, we are going to get some rain, at least a little bit. Not too much today, but we'll get a little bit more for us as we head into our Thursday. In fact, I'm going to skip this ahead so we can talk directly about that rain. Here we go. There we are. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun here. I am in launch position to talk about this forecast. So we discussed it a moment ago, but to recap, by this afternoon, we've got a boundary that's going to be roughly right through here, maybe just a wee bit south of that. It's going to bring some partly cloudy skies, and it's also going to bring the opportunity this evening for an isolated shower or thunder shower. Not much out there. Most of us will remain dry through this evening, but you can see where a few of these will be along and south of that boundary. Our better chances for showers, and even that is going to be scattered at best, will come to us on our Thursday. So we are at 5 a.m. Few showers out there, and as we go through Thursday, that's the other difference is we'll have these shower chances all day. Our isolated chances today are between about 5 and 9 tonight, but tomorrow it's going to be an almost all-day event with shower chances, but as you can see, they'll also be quite scattered, and we could get an occasional thunder shower out there here or there, so no strong or severe storms, but we could have a rumble of thunder here or there, and most of them, unfortunately, are going to stay south of the Highway 54 corridor. That's not to say you couldn't see one up north, but most of it will stay to the south. And we'll have more shower chances Friday. We got better storm chances as we head into Monday. We're going to take another look at your forecast as well as the news you need to know right after this.
Get lucky all March cha-ching long. Check out this month's promotions for
Claude Spencer, a 4-state hero.
Well, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. President Biden and former President Donald Trump collect more delegates as they are declared the winners of the presidential primaries in Kansas. They already clinched their bids for the nominations on Super Tuesday earlier this month. Voter turnout was low due to both candidates already securing their nominations and the unusual date for voting. Jasper County performed a public test of their voting equipment yesterday, overseen by a bipartisan team. According to the county clerk, the testing is important to make sure people trust the equipment and the process. It's also a way to verify if the count is accurate. The brand new machines could count the votes in a faster way compared to previous technology. And the Missouri House Budget Chairman is proposing a $291 million project to rebuild portions of I-44, calling the project Forward 44. Phase 1 is replacing bridges on the interstate. Representatives are proposing more phases to widen the interstate to 6 lanes, establish new interchanges at junction I-49, I-44, and improving infrastructure on rural roads.
We've got ourselves, again, a pretty decent day. Upper 60s out there, even some low 70s, partly cloudy skies. As we head into the evening, though, an isolated shower or thunder shower will be possible. Most of us will remain dry. We're going to go back into the mid-40s. We have some better shower and thunder shower chances for our Thursday out there, mid-60s. Isolated shower or two possible as well on Friday. A little cooler this weekend. Thunderstorm chances on Monday, much cooler on Tuesday. I'm watching another storm system heading into Easter weekend, and Tennyson's going to hit me, but I have to take a moment. Trevor and I were talking, we were playing. I did a fake kick, and I accidentally kicked him. Trevor, I'm sorry. I think I broke his finger. I am sorry. Okay, sorry about that, Trevor. Now we can talk about Finland.
We can talk about Finland, Chris.
Talk about it all day.
Well, Finland once again tops the world's happiest report. The survey measured social support, income, health, freedom, generosity, and the absence of corruption. Finland is topping the list for a 7th year in a row, closely followed by Denmark and Iceland.
Professor Jean-Emmanuel Deneve of Oxford University said that among the factors that contributed to people's well-being was GDP per capita, wealth distribution, a welfare state that provides psychological stability, and a healthy life expectancy.
Oh, interesting.
Let's load up in Chopper 7 and head out to Finland.
Absolutely. Let's go.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We'll be back at noon.
Have a great morning.